You're listening to YouTube Talk Radio.
Let me say something about these compact fluorescent light bulbs. I'm getting deluged with email today from some physicists and scientists who are telling me, Rush, this is smoke and mirrors. You can't put a 14-watt light bulb in a socket and get 60 watts worth of power. You just can't do it. It is not possible according to the laws of physics and Einstein and whoever else. In fact, let me find it. Let me go to this right now. It should be right near the top. Oh, and another person said you can't put them in because they create a buzz and it gets in the way of AM radio reception. And then somebody else says they got mercury in them. Let's see. Then somebody, what's happening to you? You used to be so humble. Now you're bragging about the fact you don't need fluorescent light bulbs and so forth. Okay, let's see. This is not it. Let me see. Another guy says, I'm going to go out and get some of these light bulbs because of you. Still looking for this. Why didn't I print this out? Because I didn't think I was going to still be talking about this. That's why. Here we go. Hi, Rush. I'm a power engineer. Follow this simple rule. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, only converted into different forms. A 14-watt fluorescent bulb will not put out as much light as a 60-watt incandescent bulb. A power engineer. All of that having been said, let me say this. I know that there are a lot of you out there who sell these light bulbs, and you sell them because you believe in them, and you sell them because they will benefit you if people buy them, and you think they will benefit the people who buy them. I'm sure that's why you're in the business. You might be in the business because you think there's a big wave of purchases coming because they've been now included in the environmental disaster, global warming, and people don't want to contribute to that because of their guilt or whatever. If you are a salesman or a manufacturer, somebody that's in this business of manufacturing or selling these carbon fluorescent bulbs that have mercury in them that buzz and prevent AM radio receptions, if you do that, I apologize to you. I am not trying to harm the sales of these bulbs. I'm not trying to talk anybody out of buying them who wants them. It's a free country. Get the light bulb you want. Just don't tell me I have to get one when I don't want one because I'm destroying something with light bulbs. This is as ridiculous as this story out of Australia today that global warming is causing more fever in young kids. But I apologize to any of you who are in the business of selling these things. If they're new and fancy and I'll have all these wonderful benefits that people will enjoy. Reds are redder, blues are bluer, whites are whiter, blacks are blacker. Whatever you want, fine. I'm not trying to harm your business. I'm not trying to harm your sales. Not trying to tell people not to buy them. Pure and simple. I just don't want to get caught up here in another one of these massive media bubbles of conventional wisdom oriented toward panic, with people buying things just because a bunch of wacko activists are out there suggesting that if we don't, all kinds of hell's going to break loose on our planet, our country, and so forth. And Snurdly, I want you to keep an eye out in there for seminar light bulb callers, because I know what's going to happen. Even though I have apologized, we're going to get seminar light bulb callers now. And you know what? I'm a big fan. I've listened to Rush for years. Big ditto head. Only thing I've ever disagreed with Rush on is light bulbs. Be on the lookout. More on the infighting going on now in the Democrat Party. It's more serious, I think, than anybody believes. We've been having a lot of fun with it ourselves. Starting yesterday, we first heard about the Geffen-Obama-Hillary contretemps. But I tell you, this is. Let me tell you what this is akin to. Hillary's fight with Hollywood, and that's what this is. A fight with Geffen is a fight with Hollywood. Would be just the same as Republicans fighting with the evangelical wing of the party. It's a very ominous sign for her that this is happening. it is truly ominous that a major Hollywood mogul is not just defecting, but is openly criticizing her and her husband. This would be, think of McCain in 2000 in South Carolina ripping Bob Jones University and evangelicals and Pat Robertson and Jerry Falwell, whoever, evangelical worshipers. That's what this is. And if that were happening in place of this, you make book on the fact that the drive-by media would be talking about this, a major, major rift, can the party survive, blah, 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 blah. Now, what Mrs. Clinton is trying to do is to isolate Geffen and make him the only Hollywood guy. And they're attacking him, and they got Carville out there on him, and they've got Howard Wolfson on him. They've got Terry McAuliffe, the punk, you'll hear in just say. You've got all these people out there focusing on Geffen, sending a message to the Spielbergs and the Katzenbergs and the whoever else is out there, both the management types, the owners, the actors, the key grips, the best boys, the whole schmooze. They are sending a message. The Clinton team is sending a message. It's going to be only Geffen. And they're trying to put this fire out before it spreads. And the drive-bys are trying to downplay this a bit and kind of make it funny or curious or what have you. And then you've got the black vote as a serious component. That's the thing that Clintons need. I mean, Bill Clinton's the first black president. He's a white guy. And he's afraid of the first real black president maybe being elected, who's half white and half black. That would be Barack Obama. And why do you think there are stories in the drive-by media about Obama not being black enough, as though Bill Clinton is, but Obama isn't? You think that just happens? It doesn't just happen in Clinton Inc. Also notice this. Who instigated this? Who really brought this to light? None other than Modo. Maureen Dowd of what? The New York Times. Now, Maureen Dowd is a reliable, whacked-out liberal. It's a shame how unhappy she is. I'm tempted to think I could change that with just one dinner. You know me, I'm an eternal optimist. Just one. Never happened, but we can fantasize. Nevertheless, she's a reliable, whacked-out lib. She was the voice for Geffen. She gave Geffen's words amplification in the New York Times. Now, where's the New York Times going to come down on this? The New York Times now in the middle of a rift between the Clintons and Hollywood. I mean, I got to get rid of her. Don't misunderstand. But I'm just telling you, this is far more serious. And even though it's entertaining to us, it's far more serious than anybody really knows. And this is why this was supposed to be Hillary's coronation. This whole thing, this whole campaign, this whole primary season, this was supposed to be her coronation. She wasn't supposed to have to answer tough questions. She's on the listening tour. She's got the chat room there on her website. She's not supposed to be dealing with any of this. This is not what was intended. This a coronation. She's angry. She's angry that anyone would seriously contend her nomination. And so is Bill. This is about every bit about as much about him getting back to the White House as her.